Hello and welcome back to the M2 Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Anstey. My co-host right here is Kyle Heath. This is a show where we cover gaming industry related news of the last week or so. This week, we're going to be talking a little bit about, honestly, just straight up going to start off with a update on Subnautica 2 and what Krafton's been doing. They actually got sued by their founders, so there's some drama there. We're also going to talk about something I'm super excited about. Legend of Zelda has basically found their Link and Zelda character for the live action movie. So we're going to dive into that, give some takes. Also, Valve changed some Steam rules for how they're going to be doing basically purchasing in their online store. And also, 8-Bit Do's the Pro 3 controller has swappable buttons. So it's been a while since we talked about, I think, controllers in a while, Kyle. So it'd be nice to really get back into that and talk a little more tech. But in the meantime, dude, how you been? What do you got going on? Talk to the people.
Dude, what I've been got going on, I have been playing.
What I done did.
I've been playing a lot of Mass Effect, as I mentioned previously.
Oh, sick.
Playing Mass Effect 1. Sped through Mass Effect 1 without realizing it. And so when Mass Effect 2 rolled around, I was like, all right, this is the opportunity to like do everything and like just really experience the game. And I'm surprised at how much the game has to offer in terms of whether it's companion side quests or just like little side activities, like, you know, when you're probing planets for materials and stuff, like that little aspect of it. I thought all that was interesting. You kind of like roam around and see what kind of materials planets have. And that part's been pretty fun, but really just like going through the main story, but also just kind of like going through all the companion side quests and like really digging deep into like, you know, their motives and all that. So
yeah. I remember you last telling me there's like a whole lore to all the different characters, and you can also like you said you could romance your characters and stuff, and you could build relationships. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited to continue on that path. And kind of just see, and I like, for me, I think I want to try and get through all like the side character stuff before I get to like the main ending. I feel like I'm kind of close. Like there's probably a few main missions left for me to do, but I'm just going through and getting all the companions loyal, getting the statuses up to the loyal. That's so right. We can see how the game plays out whenever you do that. So
is there a way to like roll with an iron fist, or is it more about just social connection and keep maintaining positive relationships?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously I'm like going the positive relationship route, but I mean I think there is more of like a iron fist kind of path you can take if you want to be like just hard nosed and just about it, I guess. But for me, I'm just like, all right, I just pick like kind of the middle ground civil stuff, at least for the first play. Like if I go back and do another playthrough eventually, might be time to be evil shepherd. I don't know, but just gonna see how that plays out.
Pretty sick.
But yeah, dude, no, I'm very much enjoying that. That's like I think it was the main thing I've really played. It's just Mass Effect 2 and just put a lot of hours into that.
Basic.
So, yeah, I'm just keeping it to one game at the moment. And we'll see kind of how that goes. I definitely want to play 3. And there is Andromeda, right? Like there is that 4th game.
There is,
I know when it originally came out, people were very negative on it. I don't know how that shifted now. I was talking to a coworker and he said that he actually, like, for the most part, enjoyed it. He played it, so I wasn't sure he's an outlier or kind of what the deal is, but
yeah, I've only heard like a whole bunch of drama about it. That might have had more to do with how just maybe people weren't prepared for what they were expecting.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Perhaps, I don't know. I mean, I know it was a kind of a rocky launch, so you know that first impression goes. If you have bad launch, it's like unless you're No Man's Sky. That's the one part
where it's
I don't know.
Hey, they're back. They're doing good though.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I never really got into Mass Effect. I think I played it for a handful of hours. It just wasn't my speed.
I feel it.
But I totally get why people like it. Yeah. I mean, it won several awards, didn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it did.
I mean, there's people who are like diehards of the franchise. I'll admit, like,
that's what I mean.
I think the control, like the style of controls and stuff now is definitely dated. I think nowadays you probably wouldn't. There's a lot of aspects of the game that you wouldn't see in a modern RPG. But but it's still playable and the story's still good. So I mean, I think that's what's kind of held me in, kind of getting used to the more clunkier controls. So, so I've learned to live with it. But I'll be curious to see if they ever try to do a remake. It's like they have a lot of opportunity to kind of modernize it at least. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
I'm sure they're gonna modernize it and give an update at some point. I mean, it's bound to happen. So
yeah,
it's just it seems like now everybody's just making a remake or a remaster and making the games better than they were previously, or at least trying to. I gotta hope.
yeah.
There are a
I
few
mean,
exceptions out there that I can think of.
yeah. I mean, I I think for the most part, we're not fully against like remakes and stuff like that. Especially if it's an old enough game where it's like, okay, it's clunky, the UI is not great. There's a lot of there's still a great story there, but like there's a lot. Just in the time it was made, it was kind of ahead of its time in a sense in terms of like
Yeah,
technology and how we do games now. So I think in those situations, a remake's great. Introduce you to a new audience, modernize controls. So if you do it right, I mean, we've seen a lot of success studios that do it right. So hopefully Mass Effect eventually would get that kind of treatment. I feel like it probably will at some point.
yeah, I think they will. It's bound to happen.
But
Yeah, man.
what have you been playing? Like playing anything? You've been working, bro. What's going on?
Oh yeah, I've been totally grinding at work, but it's we're almost over the hump. Well, we're almost out of the weeds, I think, because we're past the hump. We're just still in the weeds. We're pretty close to getting away. I think we'll be good by the end of this week. However, I know it's been getting better because I actually get to play a lot of video games. So I played Mecha Break for hours. Um, it was really nice. It's been fun. It's been weird at times because I don't think there's enough people playing the game right now, so the skill-based matchmaking is a little bit off here and there, and it's like it's just there are games where I'll win very easily, and then there are other games where it's just not even close, and
Oh man.
it's like they actually do have literal bots in the game for certain game types, and I'm like I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, if I'm not selecting the right like playlist. Maybe it's because I'm not playing with friends right now. I'm just solo queuing. But I'm having fun with it and I want to keep playing it, which is good. But I do wish there were more people that were playing it.
Yeah,
I guess
I
just
think so.
there's plenty of people that have just gotten bored with it. It's an arena shooter. Those aren't really a trend anymore. That might be it.
Yeah, it's
So
fair.
yeah, outside of that, man, it's been fun. Tried to play Halo a little bit on the OG Xbox for the first time since I last landed, and we got like one game in, and then somebody rage quit, and I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I guess
Two and a
I'll
half
make sure to
months since I
play
played.
again.
2.5 months since I played. This
Yeah,
is what I get. Jeez.
yeah, nothing changed, but yeah, whatever. It's just how it goes sometimes, man. But
Just how it
I'm
be,
looking
dude.
forward to yeah, I'm looking forward to like getting back in the flow, getting some like nice relaxation. I was telling you before we started recording, it's like I got some goals I want to take care of. And yeah, hopefully I have more games to say that's like I start a new game. I'm playing like Breath of the Wild or not Breath of the Wild, like Tears of the Kingdom or the never ending list that keeps coming up. There's feels like there's a new game coming out like every couple of weeks that looks awesome. Uh and decent reviews too. It's just I ain't got time to play, man. Too much
Yeah.
responsibility.
Feel it, dude. I feel
Yeah.
it. Gets harder, dude. It gets
Have you
harder.
seen all the stuff that's been going on with like the Mario Kart stuff and all the different tracks and any footage that
No,
keeps showing up on my feed
I
and
think
it
I've seen
looks like
that.
the biggest sweat piss like
Dude.
sweat fest ever. It just looks amazing.
Yeah. Dude, I know I mean, feeling like what are we found out there's MMR in it? I just think it's hilarious.
Oh, dude,
It's like it makes
it'd
sense.
be
But
so shocked.
every multiplayer game nowadays, it doesn't matter what it is. There's going to be some sort of skill based matchmaking. So Mario Kart has proven no
Definitely.
exception. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, it's just
I mean, there's
nuts.
always kind of been skill like MMR skill based matchmaking in Mario Kart for forever. Depending on the position you are on in the race, that's been like the main focus.
Yeah,
So you'd never want to be number one. You want to be like middle of the pack, like halfway through the race, and then towards the tail end of the race, you start competing your way up because you got to be able to avoid the blue shell that inevitably comes.
yeah. Gotta have a game plan for it. If you don't,
Mhm.
you could lose first
If you
place.
don't,
Just saying.
that's what I'm saying, dude. That is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I mean, yeah, dude, it's crazy stuff. I mean, also in the Nintendo world, we see the new Donkey Kong game reviews are starting to come out about that.
Yeah, dude.
And dude,
Yeah.
it's crushing it. I'm seeing a lot of tens. All I'm saying. Even
So
IGN, I think
that's
threw a
super
10 in
sick.
there. So
That's crazy, and they're always usually picky.
yeah,
Um,
it's wild, man. The new Donkey, I think to no one's surprise, it seems like it's a good game. and Nintendo knows how to switch it up and try different things, and could break everything now, and it's apparently a hit. So,
of course.
man.
I'm looking forward to it. A lot of people are more and more games are going to keep coming up for Nintendo, and they need it for the new Switch. So
Sure do.
But for now, for me, I'm going to be waiting on the sidelines. I think I won't be waiting on the sidelines when we get to that movie topic in a couple of after the first article. But how about we go ahead and jump into the first article? Talk to us about what's going on with Subnautica.
I think we should. We reported last week the whole Subnautica 2 Krafton drama. It was announced that Subnautica 2 was going to get delayed. Then it later came out that due to the delay, a lot of people will not be getting their bonuses for completing the game at a certain date. So, yeah, there's a quick update, quick turnaround on on what's going on there. So, pulled this article. This is from Bloomberg. Jason Schreier reporting. Let's just get right into it. South Korean video game publisher Krafton Inc. plans to extend the schedule for a potential bonus payout to its subsidiary Unknown Worlds after delaying the highly anticipated survival game Subnautica 2 until next year. About 40 employees at Unknown Worlds were eligible to share a $25 million bonus contingent upon the studio hitting certain revenue targets by the end of 2025, the possible short-term extension. When Krafton said earlier this month they had planned to push back the game's release, employees feared that it wouldn't be possible to hit those targets and that their potential earnings would disappear. Now, that schedule has been extended an additional year, according to people familiar with the events at the studio and documentation seen by Bloomberg. Krafton also said it would advance a portion of the studio's projected 2026 profit-sharing bonus pool, which is independent from the bonus, to all Unknown Worlds employees this year. The issues around Subnautica 2 are in the center of the battle between Krafton and the former leadership team of Unknown Worlds. CEO Ted Gill and founders Charlie Cleveland and Max McGuire, who were fired in early July. Krafton purchased Unknown Worlds in 2021 with $500 million, with an additional $250 million to be paid in 2026, depending on the company's performance under an earn-out agreement. Of that, 10% was earmarked for staff who were there at the time, according to paperwork seen by Bloomberg. The roughly 40 employees each received checks of varying amounts at the closing and in the 2 years that followed, totaling $50 million that were due to receive upwards of $25 million if the company hit those revenue targets. Each employee was told they would get a different sum, with most in 6 or 7 figures. We could be getting them 7 figures. That's a lot of big chunk of that. That's crazy. This is a
boatload of money.
Yeah. So they distributed unspecified amount of employees who weren't eligible to earn out, although it wasn't specified in paperwork. It says, let me just. Gill and the leadership group, who were due to receive a bulk of the remaining $225 million, had also said that they would distribute an unspecified amount to employees who weren't eligible for their earnout, although it is specified in the paperwork. On July 10th, the former leadership group filed a breach of contract complaint against Krafton in Delaware Chancery Court.
Yeah, Chancery, Delaware.
Never heard of this place. Heard of Delaware, but as of Tuesday, the complaint remains sealed. The main point of contention between the two parties is whether Subnautica 2, the sequel to a surprise 2018 hit, was ready for an early access release this year. Leadership Group and Unknown Worlds developers who spoke to Bloomberg said the game was in good shape for early access, a model in which games were sold while in active development so that fans can offer feedback during the process. But since last week, Krafton has sent several statements suggesting that the game wasn't ready and that the studio's co-founders had neglected their duties, which, quote, resulted in repeated confusion, indirection, and significant delays in the overall project schedule, according to the company.
That's just, I mean, it's kind of what we were saying. Just insane to get all that money out just to shock it.
Yeah, no,
I'm glad that they basically confronted them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it seems like a positive, update for most of the parties involved, right? Just like being like, all right, let's, we promised this, we should probably see it through. Rightfully so, especially big sums of money like that.
Exactly, yeah. I do, dude.
It could be game changing, dude. Some people, you kidding me?
Yeah.
Game changing. So, I mean, it's good to see that. I mean, the fact that they sued, Powder's sued, I think is hilarious. So I'd be curious to see
I
how
mean,
that
as
plays
they
out.
should though, because it's just like they've given them so much money. I didn't realize that they were giving like it says, yeah, it's like they purchased Unknown Worlds in 2021 for 500 million, with an additional 250 million to be paid in 2026. That's an insane amount of money. So 750 million dollars for the studio. I mean, like Krafton basically has a buttload of different like IPs now that are very successful. Just not just Subnautica, but that's wild amount of money.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean, they're in every right to be upset.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see what Krafton's becoming with all the different, like you were saying, all the different IPs and studios. Like they're
Mhm.
building their own kind of like, their own conglomerate that they can maybe even sell
Yeah,
for a pretty penny to Microsoft eventually, right?
yeah.
Microsoft's gonna be
Everything
like,
seems like it's just
Krafton.
basically going
You know what?
underneath like an umbrella now.
I'd be so unreasonably insane if Krafton bought Tango back and then like 5 years later
Dude,
Xbox buys Krafton. The
I could
irony. Oh
yeah,
man, there'd be
it's like a
riots.
full-on circle.
There'd be riots.
That's
Crazy.
so crazy. I think I knew of a guy that actually worked for a company that kept getting acquired, and you got to pay out every single time. He just kept going to like one place
Yeah.
to another.
That's so funny.
That's crazy.
It's wild, man. 40 employees each receiving checks, dude. Each receiving the lump sum.
Mm,
I mean, go for the employees, dude. You make a game. You deserve an opportunity
100%,
to
dude.
set yourself up. I'm saying. So
That's what I'm saying, dude.
hopefully it goes through. We'll see how the lawsuit goes, and hopefully everything follows through. I'd love to see another update eventually as we approach the release of Subnautica 2, in early access. So curious to see more.
Very nice. Yes, sir.
I'm curious to
All right, let's
see.
move on to the next one. I'm pretty excited about this one, as I'm sure you also are, Mr. Kyle. Sorry. I keep looking over my shoulder for the people that are on video, and you're like, why is he spazzing? It's because my dog is over here being weird. Hopefully, that's not being picked up by the mic.
Ah,
But going back to actually what's important, USA Today, Brandon Morrow came out with an article called The Legend of Zelda live action movie finds its Link and Zelda. So if you didn't know, Link is the main character of The Legend of Zelda. Zelda's the princess that usually needs rescuing, kind of, sort of, but mostly just needs to be unleashed into the character that she's supposed to be. Uh, yeah, so let's get into this. It's official. So it's dangerous to go alone. Take this Legend of Zelda movie news is the bait by USA Today. A little bit old style journalism, in my opinion. So the two lead roles have been cast in the upcoming live action film based on Legend of Zelda video game franchise. Nintendo announced on Wednesday, July 16th. I almost said January. Oh, jeez. The role of Link will be played by Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, while Zelda will be played by Bo Bragason. So let us do you know either of these people?
sorry, I'm
Any idea?
unaware.
Same.
I'm
And I'm
unaware.
pretty sure I know why we're unaware, if I'm being quite honest. We don't know actors and actresses. So, oh my goodness. This is such a silly thing. You know how there's hyperlinks hidden in people's names when you try to click the name and search for it? Send you to the garbage.
Oh,
All right, they're doing justice here. Looks like they're trying to be lore accurate. Um, so Bo Bragason is 21 years old. She's from Chichester, England. Um, was apparently on BBC One series Three Girls and the Jelly and the Disney Plus Renegade Neil. Also appeared in Hidden Love, Censor, and The Radleys. So definitely has some experience. Looks like she spent a whole buttload of time in acting. Here's where the interesting part comes. You have Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, who's playing Link, 16 years old, from Nottingham, England.
Nottingham.
Nottingham. Yeah. So apparently, he is known for portraying Miles in the Netflix series The Haunting of Bly Manor. He was also in Disney's Flora and Ulysses, and the voice of Pinocchio in Disney's live action remake, and March Crinch in the CBC series Son of the Critch. So obviously, the guy's been around for a while. I mean, it's a kid. Uh,
Yeah.
apparently, was in Sandman as well.
Dang,
Huh.
dang.
I forgot about the Sandman. I'm actually going to click on this right now and just make sure that there's not another season coming out. There was a season. I missed the. What platform is this on? I got to go watch it later.
This guy's messing
We'll
up.
figure it out. Yeah. Wonderful show, by the way. Big fan of the Sandman. Very cool. Okay. So, all that to basically say is we now know who Zelda and Link is going to be for the live action movie. Pretty cool. So, in Zelda video games, Link is generally the main character who sets out to save the Kingdom of Hyrule from the evil Ganon. Though in some instances, gamers have played as Princess Zelda, which honestly, some of those games are awesome, and you get to play as like Sheik and stuff. Very cool. For anybody that knows the lore, it's awesome. Like Zelda's a total badass in my opinion. So Ainsworth, the person who's playing Link, is previously starred as Miles Wingrave on Netflix, The Haunting of Bly Manor, and voiced Pinocchio opposite Tom Hanks in the Disney's 2022 live-action version of Pinocchio. Bragason, the person who's playing Zelda, meanwhile, has starred in shows like Disney Plus, Renegade Nell, and British drama The Jetty. So both casting choices are lesser-known actors compared to some of the names that have been suggested by fans. In particular, Euphoria star Hunter Schafer was popular suggestion to play Zelda. I remember that actually.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of gamers lost their mind over that.
I mean,
Uh,
I looks uncanny though. Honestly, if
yeah,
they were to
it
do
really
it,
does. Yeah,
be dead on.
quite honestly, yeah. Continuing on, we got the Legend of Zelda movie. Will be the next major Nintendo video game to be turned into a feature film after rousing, is that right? Rousing success of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Honestly, I love that movie. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, it was
Um,
good. Yeah, I like
like
that.
Jack Black as Bowser was really good. So if you guys haven't seen it, it's worth
Yeah,
watching.
for sure.
And try not to be a purist, just have fun. Which grossed over 1.3 billion at the global box office and was the second highest grossing film of 2023 after Barbie. Crazy. Uh, Second highest grossing film after 2023 after Barbie. I thought 2023 also was Oppenheimer. I thought that would have been the highest grossing.
Yeah, I would think that too.
Interesting. Yeah, so it must have went Barbie, uh, Super Mario Bros, and then Oppenheimer because a lot of people saw that movie.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta
mean,
think. Yeah.
I could see Barbie with the appeal, right? It's a wider
Oh,
audience for sure.
100%. Oh, yeah, it's for everybody.
Yeah.
Really is. Okay, so a sequel to the Mario film is also on the way and set to release in 2026. So there was a post on the official Japanese Nintendo handle, and it was in Japanese. There's also one in English. It basically says, "This is Miyamoto. I am pleased to announce that for the live action film of The Legend of Zelda, Zelda will be played by Bo Bragason and lead by Benjamin Evan Ainsworth son. And I am very much looking forward to seeing both of them on the big screen. It shows two screenshots of them. Pretty cool. A little bit more tidbit is so but while Mario was animated, the Zelda movie will be live action. Wes Ball, who helmed three Maze Runner movies. Have you ever seen Maze Runner, Kyle?
Heard of it, not seen it.
Based on a book.
Right.
I It's not 100% loyal to the book, and it loses some of a lot of the audience didn't continue on with the sequels. I personally like it, but I'm also very easy to please when it comes to movies.
I
So
mean, same.
I think
So
it's worth checking out. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So Westball did Maze Runner movies and 2024's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I freaking love that. That movie was fun. And he's directing Legend of Zelda. It's a long time passion project for the filmmaker who has been on the record as wanting to make it for more than 15 years. Awesome. Good news. We love people that actually know the lore, love the stories. In a 2010 post on X, Ball wrote, "Since I could ever even hope to have the chance to direct it, the next big motion picture Avatar like movie should be The Legend of Zelda," in all caps.
hmm.
My man is either a diehard Legend of Zelda fan and we have high hopes and we're feeling good, or he realizes that The Legend of Zelda is a massive IP and people are going to buy tickets to see it no matter what. And it's a cash grab.
So you can
So
just make
I'm
crap and then
hoping,
so
yeah, I'm hoping this is a guy that's like an avid gamer and he's absolutely obsessed with Legend of Zelda.
hopefully.
Like, I want this man. Imagine, I doubt this will happen. I really hope people don't expect it, right? But although Ocarina of Time is arguably the best ever Zelda game. If you try to do an entire movie of Legend of Zelda, it's gonna be really freaking hard to do, unless you do a 3-part trilogy. If you do a 3-part trilogy, boy, that could be fire. Be so good.
Could
Go to
be.
the different
That is,
temples
yeah.
as like a series, and then go fight Ganon. That'd be sick.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. I'll be honest.
Yeah. I wonder who
You have
should
to
play Ganondorf.
do it right. Do
Yeah.
it right, you know.
I don't know who would play Ganondorf though. It's got to be a young. It's got to be like young actors for sure though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not too much of this article left though, Mike. So there's like one sentence, I guess.
Oh yeah, it is. I didn't even see it. Okay. So when will the Legend of Zelda movie be released? Set to hit theaters next year, 2020. Oh, 2 years. Sorry, I'm already in the future. 2 years, May 7th. May 7th, 2027. That's
That's
gonna get delayed, probably.
Yeah,
Let me let my pupper outside real quick.
Yeah, it's always. I think it's always so funny to me when I see anything about a movie and they announce like a release date that's like 2 or 3 years in advance. You're just like, are we really gonna hit this? Like, I mean, like, because I look at this 2027 release date, Mike, and I'm like, every time I see these movies and they're just like, oh, it's coming out in 2028. You're like, are we sure? Like, a lot can happen between now and
buttload of things can happen.
It's like I've never like set on these like exact date 2-3 years from now, but it's just me.
Well, what I think might be steady, right? Have you ever seen the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
I've not. Planet of the Apes movies?
I enjoyed it.
I haven't seen it. Any of them? Haven't seen. Any of the Planet of the Apes?
Oh,
haven't seen.
That yeah, that makes me sad. Really does. Those are some of the cultural events where I tell people, I'm just like, what are you doing, man? Like, why are you being difficult?
Just
at least watch the first ever original one.
Yeah.
I think it's also based on the book. I don't read, if you didn't know this. So I don't really know when it comes to books. What I do know is that I enjoyed Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. He did all 3 Maze Runners. They weren't the best, but those were years ago, and he has more experience now. And seems to be a big fan of Legend of Zelda. And also already signed the 2 major leads, and they're young. They don't have a wealth of experience. If I'm their age and I've grown up playing the games, because like I don't know a kid that doesn't play video games. Really don't.
At this rate, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Like
it's rare.
If I'm them, the first thing I'm doing is like N64, maybe not even N64 because that's super retro, but just like the Switch 2, playing Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I'll go play freaking Wind Waker.
Yeah.
I'll go play Twilight Sword, like just to get a feel. And the coolest part is, like, as you know, as everybody knows, every individual Nintendo game is a bit like there's nuances. Like it's always different. So everybody has a certain favorite Mario game they've ever played. And each Mario game has the same archetypes, the same mission, like the same problem. Peach gets captured by Bowser. That's I think one of the reasons why the Mario live action or the animated movie was so successful is because people could automatically accept what was happening. You know?
Right, yeah.
It's like, okay, Luigi's Luigi, Mario's Mario, Bowser's Bowser, Peach is Peach. What's going on? Bowser's obsessed with Peach. Yeah, that's pretty lore accurate. It's in every freaking movie, but it's not so specific with the lore that they have to be in a certain type of castle. They have to be in like he has a certain right hand man. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It could be anything. And I think that's what gives flexibility for this kind of stuff. And not only that, but there's a freaking Nintendo world being built, right? I mean, there's
so
a
in
Mario
the States
world.
or something like that. I mean, there's one in
Yeah,
one in Japan, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's out there.
I think Super Mario World is in Universal now. But
Yeah,
I mean, why can't you have a Zelda little crossover? You know what I mean? I want to go to Hyrule Castle. I mean, it's perfect. Disney has their own castle. Universal can get theirs.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, Hyrule Castle is a little bit better than the Magic Kingdom. And I'll say
That's crazy.
I'm stoked. If you can't pick up what I'm putting down, I'm very excited about this. I have to wait for 2 more years, but I mean that's why we live, boys. That's why we stay alive. We gotta have something to look forward to.
Why we drink our water?
That's why we drink water.
Listen.
Go for exercises. Don't smoke cigarettes.
Exactly. Increase the longevity. Listen,
That's cool.
this is the thing that I like is you're using two actors that don't have like a major spotlight already attached to them.
Yes.
I think it's such a good call because it lowers expectations, I think, overall, because you're not like expecting these big stars to come in and either mess it up or hit it. It's kind of just like, all right, here's two kind of under the radar stars. This is a chance and an IP for both of them to be like, all right, like give it your all because this could land you other
100%.
gigs, kind of thing. So I think it's best play.
You know what reminds me of a little bit? If they do a trilogy. Okay, let's put that out there. I like the idea of a trilogy. They're obviously, yeah. I don't want a standalone movie if I'm being honest, but it gives them the opportunity to be as successful as the Harry Potter cast was, because the books were already so successful that when the movies came out, you didn't know who any of the actors or actresses were, like any of them.
Right.
And now it's like that is who they like. When you picture Hermione, you picture Hermione.
Yeah.
Like there's no alternate Hermione in your head because that's what you just although that could be kind of contentious now that I'm thinking about it. There are some different descriptions in the book and there's new casting going on, but you get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is like before the sequel or like the remakes or like the spin-offs were being made, you didn't have a different picture of who they were. Video games are a little bit different. You have a general perception of what the characters look like.
Right.
But I mean, come on, let's be honest here. It's just makeup and hair dye at the end of the day.
Yeah, I
just
think
make yourself lore accurate.
Yeah. I think there's an opportunity to like really kind of expand upon. Like, yeah, I mean, if they I think Zelda in particular it's uniquely positioned where if they wanted to do a series, there's enough like lore and backstory where they really could stretch it out to multiple movies. I think with like Mario or something like that, it's like there's not really a whole lot you can do in terms of like a series with that. I think same goes for like the Minecraft movie. Like, there's not a whole lot you can really do to like make 3, 4, or 5 movies of Minecraft. And like you just see the world, throw in some lore stuff. I mean, they could probably make a sequel based on the mini story that they had created for the first one. So it's not to say it couldn't be done. But I think with Zelda, they just have that unique position where it's like there's enough going on. Like you're saying, you can do different temples or something, and like break the movies down that way, and or just some way, and then you could you could either build up to a fight with Ganon by the end of like the trilogy or however many movies you do. You could have Ganon in each one, and then each fight you're a little bit closer, but you don't quite get him, and so that continues on the story and just kind of keeps going. So I mean, there's opportunity there for this. So we'll see if they do a series out of it. But the first one has to hit. You know what I'm saying? We'll see.
That's the thing, dude. I hope they go like dark with it. To be honest, because at the beginning of like, so Zelda is a princess, but she's inherited a kingdom, and she's been like ultra nerfed by Ganon, right? And like basically locked down into a prison most of the games. But in order for that to happen, her father needs to die. So I hope they go that route of like showing a very prosperous, peaceful kingdom. The king dies. The princess is supposed to take over. Things get corrupted. She gets trapped and taken advantage of. And now it's like you can go so many different archetypes.
Yeah.
But also keep the sci-fi fantasy.
Yeah.
We might finally get our Galadriel, dude. Might finally get her.
I think honestly that would probably be like I think it would be the most interesting way to do it. To add like depth to characters and get people more involved, especially people who aren't, familiar with Zelda.
That's the key too. Yeah, yeah.
I think if you do that right, it could really hit.
I mean, it's a classic fairy tale story. It's kind of like how Disney used to do it with all their old stuff. It was just the Grimm brothers, all their different storytelling, short stories. It was a little bit more gory for them, and then Disney basically made it kid friendly with like adult undertones. You could totally do that with Legend of Zelda. 100%. 100%. Everybody's looking for the new 100%. Lord of the Rings, which you need to watch. But that's a different story.
I was gonna joke about that earlier. I was like, "Oh, Lord of the Wings, Lord of the Wings, Lord of the Rings." Still,
I dropped Galadriel. You didn't even flinch, and I was like, "This guy doesn't know who I'm talking about. Get him out of here."
I literally, you said that name. I'm not even kidding, Mike. No idea.
I know, and it makes me sad every time.
Who?
I mourn for what you miss out on. That's what
Thanks for
every
thinking
day.
about me,
I
dude.
think about I wake up and I'm just like, dang, another day goes by where Kyle deprives himself of the ability to watch Lord of the Rings.
Uh, that group chat message is gonna hit like some drugs when I tell you I've watched Lord of the
Oh
Rings.
my lord, I'm
I'm
fantasizing
just gonna
about
take a
it.
photo of the opening title screen and just send it, and you're gonna know exactly what I'm doing. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
this guy.
All right. Let's go on to the next article, shall we? Tell us what's going on over at the wonderful place known as Valve.
You know, rock paper shotgun, right? Well, that's where this article comes from.
PC gaming since 1873.
In particular, Edwin Evans Thrillwell writing this one says Valve changes Steam's rules to let banks and credit card firms prohibit certain kinds of adult-only content, according to their own rules and standards. Valve have updated Steam's rules and regulations to prohibit games that may violate the rules and standards set forth by Steam's payment processors and related card networks and banks or internet network providers, and in particular, certain kinds of adult-only content. In other words, they are giving banks, ISPs, and credit card companies some degree of control over Steam's definition of acceptable adult-only content, all of which potentially has rather dramatic ramifications, given that banks and payment companies have a track record of pressuring platform holders to nuke what they deem to be not safe for work material. The new rule applies to Steam's onboarding page for developers. I've verified that it was recently added using the old Internet Wayback Machine. Valve's policy towards adult content and what separates this from pornography has always been rather foggy, partly because humans in general struggle to agree on what adult and pornography really mean. For a time, the platform holders tried to enforce a non-porno approach. This came to a head, probably not the best choice of words, so let's swiftly and humorously add of Steam in 2018 when Valve issued a bunch of rather arbitrary warnings to various developers and publishers demanding that they edit pornographic content out of games that range from horror sex comedies to puzzlers that were arguably far less raunchy than, say, the Wham Bam scenes in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Ooh.
It's so I love it. Following the outcry, Valve announced that they were stepping back from the enforcement of definitions around porn and adult content and would instead focus on equipping players with tools and systems for labeling and filtering anything they'd rather not see. The current Steam rules require adult content to be appropriately labeled and age-gated. Still, Valve continues to intervene to remove adult games that, for example, glorify the R word, which, I know YouTube's very dicey about the
adult assault.
yeah, essay. In line with Steam's other prohibitions against hate speech, games that simulate the exploitation of children and sexually explicit images of real people, and any content that is patently offensive or intended to shock or disgust viewers. Handing over authority to banks, ISPs, and other payment providers may result in further arbitrary rejections of games, given that companies such as Stripe, MasterCard, and PayPal are in the habit of nudging sites like Patreon to crack down on not safe for work or adult material. In particular, this could lead to a stifling of games that are in any way non-conforming, particularly given the current climate of repression in Valve's home country, in the United States of America. I know about the rule changes thanks to YouTuber and self-described former game developer Noah Fuel Gaming, who has posted on Blue Sky about the potential fallout for projects and banks and financial corporations consider adult, what they consider adult because they deviate from reactionary framings of sex and gender. As the YouTuber writes, quote, queer content gets flagged as explicit even when it's PG. A trans dev making a personal story, too controversial. Serial queer VN, sexualized. Financial deplatforming in action. I'll ask Valve if they'd like to comment on all this. Yeah, there's a lot in that, but I think it's kind of an interesting. I would just think about the whole world of not safe for work content. Like you see all these different like providers and stuff like trying to see if they can intervene in any way of like what people want to purchase and buy and do. I mean, I think obviously from a moral standpoint, there's a lot there that that is just like unacceptable, at least in my opinion. So I can understand kind of to a certain extent. But I think assuming it's within like reasonable kind of ramifications or like reasonable parameters. I think at the end of the day, it's
Uh,
like you can do what you want, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Mike?
I don't know, man, because there's a bit of like adult content's adult content. You should be able to spend your money however which way you see fit. At the same time, like the problem I see, it, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the payment processors, so Visa, MasterCard, and whoever else that are creating this bottleneck issue where they're saying you have to label certain things as adult content. If it's adult content, then we won't allow our users to purchase. And it's like, well, what if I'm an adult and I'm trying to purchase? Does that mean like Visa just is upset that I want to buy Grand Theft Auto, and Grand Theft Auto has like really terrible things that happen in game? It's not the main focus of the game, but nonetheless, it has adult content in it. Does that mean they can prevent my purchase? Because Visa and MasterCard are on like every single one of my digital like ways to pay
Yeah.
developers.
Yeah.
So what do I do instead? Do I link my freaking bank account?
What's the
You know what I'm
workaround there?
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like or gift cards. Well, gift cards are Visa and MasterCard too. It just seems like an exploitation of power and then using adult content as the justification behind it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I
Because
can
it's
see
not
that.
about I don't think it's about like we need to protect minors from seeing adult content. It's like, dude, Twitter is 13 and up. Go
Yeah, it's
like,
bad.
have you scrolled
Yeah, it's
on
bad.
that page?
Yeah.
Like, it's insanity what you can see. It's the same crap you can see on Facebook, although Facebook's a little bit more tame. You're still seeing sexualized content a lot on that platform.
Yeah.
It's actually wild. And Instagram's a whole nother freaking level.
Oh yeah.
Don't get
Yeah,
me
it's
started
all
on what
bad. Yeah.
yeah, and then Twitch is something. So don't give me this nonsense about like protecting children because it needs to be adult content. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I agree. I think I mean I don't like that narrative either. It's like, oh, protecting the kids, but it's also like at the end of the day, it's I don't know, it should be, it should be the responsibility if it is a child, it should be the responsibility of the adults in their life. And if they don't if they don't have easy access to like an adult, like a guardian of some sort, they can find to kind of show them what's right versus wrong. I don't know. It's a Yeah, I'm not like a fan of that narrative either. I think it doesn't really do anything. You try to have these payment providers try to play you know, the the gatekeeper to that kind of stuff.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean,
it
I
it's
would.
just I just don't really get it, because let's imagine this. Let's compare games to books. There's sexualized content in books. I mean, smut has had like the biggest rise I've ever seen in ever.
Yeah, it's
Like
kind of
every
insane.
woman I
It's
know
kind of
is
insane.
like reading.
Like,
And some
yeah,
of the stuff there is like crazy detailed and graphic.
yeah,
So imagine going to a library, getting a library card, and trying to pay with a payment processor, not a bank, right? Trying to pay with like a Visa or MasterCard or PayPal credit card, Venmo card, whatever like service you have. And because the term is service within those paying services are like, no, we don't allow like that type of content. That means like the library has to police what's adult and what's not.
yeah. It's all the responsibility
But
of the institution.
I
Like,
don't. I also like, dude. I was about to have a hot button political take, but basically, it's like setting up guardrails for the potential of damage, not real damage, like perceived potential damage.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like let's give up our privacy at the behest of security.
yeah.
It's like
Kind of, yeah,
I for certain things I value more privacy. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, for sure. No, I
Yeah.
mean, I
So
agree.
I
Yeah,
don't get it. I
I
don't
mean,
see what the point is, man.
yeah, I mean, it's never a good idea to try and project what could happen, well, with what likely won't. So I don't know. Yeah, it's just weird. I don't. Just weird, man. Like it just seems like there's not like a, oh, this is the best way to do it kind of approach to stuff like this. And but like I don't know, this just kind of doesn't seem it. I don't know. Like
Yeah. I mean, the only way stuff like this gets away and changes is when you start taking away the ability for micro monopolies. They're like industry wide monopolies where you have multiple competitors, but they're all in like cahoots with each other, and they set up it's like gangs setting up an entire city based on territorial lines, which is what ISPs do, by the way, or like
Mm.
logistics companies and trains. It's like they have certain networks that they use, and then you have to pay like a toll to use their facilities. It's so trash.
It's
Um,
trash.
and they don't allow anybody else to get up and compete with them. They just buy them out. So yeah, hot takes,
Absolute
tough
nonsense, man.
man.
Yeah, I think there's
Hmm.
a better way to kind of do this. And yeah, this is just like, I mean, I think to your point too, it's like, I think if you do allow this control of like the card companies or paper processors, it's like, and like you give them that power, it's like, okay, what do they deem as too much? And so a game like GTA, there's a lot going on, and there's probably a
Yeah,
lot you could use as an argument for like, oh, probably shouldn't allow this kind of thing. And so do you just let people not use your service for GTA? And then the people that do allow their services used for GTA, a game like that, a game of that magnitude,
yeah.
you get a lot of people switching. You get a lot of people being like, oh, I'm just gonna go here. Like you're gonna lose business. So it's not good.
We won't just lose business. It's like you force people into a corner as well. So like we'll use GTA as the example for sure, or anything like COD related, like having blood content in it is adult, whatever it
Killing
is.
people, murder.
Um, yeah. So what happens if you have Amazon or not Amazon? If you have Visa and Mastercard basically saying we're definitely not going to allow anybody who has these to purchase that game, and it's like highly anticipated, like Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be. Does that mean nobody can buy a digital copy now? So that creates like crazy amounts of leverage for Visa and Mastercard. So what do? Well, Valve or Rockstar Games will go to Visa and Mastercard and basically be like, "Let's make a deal," and all of a sudden they're holding an entire game like ransom, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh man,
Yeah.
that'd be
And by the way, you
horrible.
can't really buy anything physically anymore, so good luck paying cash.
Yeah, dude. Oh my,
Yeah.
why'd
You
you give
see
me
where
that
this could
thought?
go?
Why'd you give me that thought? It's horrible.
Because I'm just speaking
I
facts,
mean, you're
man.
just being honest.
That's
Sometimes
just
you
how
just gotta be
like
real about it.
I mean, I don't know. Capitalism tends to take things to a level where exploitation is encouraged, either for people that work for them
Yeah.
or the people that are in the system itself.
Mm.
It's just
Just
it's just trash.
it's a great world we live in, Like it's
It's a
amazing.
gray world. It is a world. It is one of the worlds.
It is a world.
Could
Oh
always be
man.
worse.
Well, we could talk about
New
a
music dropping every
controller.
day. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's turn the
Look forward to New
page into
Music
something a little
Friday.
bit
All right,
different.
give me something to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
each
Music
week.
Friday. Heck yeah, brother. All right, so we got Andrew Lizuski. Lizuski? Hopefully I pronounced that name right. It's over at The Verge. The first article from The Verge. We usually have one every single episode, and we're saving it for the end. This one is about the Pro 3. So the Pro 3 is an 8-bit 8-bit Yeah, 8-bit do. I always mess it up, and I freaking own one of these controllers. The Pro 3 is 8-bit Do's first controller with swappable buttons. You can rearrange the Pro's 3 magnetic buttons between Xbox and Switch layouts. That's actually pretty sick. Kind of cool.
And I saw this article. I was like, yo, this is kind of sick.
Yeah. I wonder how much it costs, though. Let's get into it. All right, so 8BitDo has released a new version of its Wireless Pro controller that was last updated in 2021. Many of 8BitDo's recent controller releases, including the Ultimate 2, which I have, feature an asymmetric joystick layout like Nintendo and Microsoft use. But the new Pro 3 mirrors the design of the PlayStation DualSense controller with side-by-side sticks. Um, side-by-side sticks that are now upgraded with the drift resistance TMR technology. The Pro 3 is also 8BitDo's first controller that lets you easily swap the arrangement of A, B, X, Y buttons. The 8BitDo Pro 2 launched at $49 4 years ago, but the new Pro 3 is debuting with a slightly steeper $70 price. This is USD, by the way, guys. 8BitDo has also switched to using a 1000 milliamp rechargeable battery for the Pro 3. And while the company says it offers up to 20 hours of gameplay on a full charge, it's not removable, which I thought was illegal now. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like I mean,
I know it is in the EU.
I think like You know,
They made
you
so you had to
can't.
use like
I mean, I think you can't like. There was a thing where you couldn't take it apart like security stickers. Like you can't do that. So like at
yeah.
least like people have they should like users should have the right to like be able to open their own thing and try and replace it. But also it's like yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's like I'm not a huge fan of like replaceable batteries kind of like that because,
Yeah.
they are going to go bad. They are going to age. It gets to a point where it's just like, yeah, you pretty much have to
Yeah.
buy a new controller or know how to replace it. So,
Or use a cable, and that defeats
yeah,
the whole purpose of it being wireless.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. All right, let's continue on. So the Pro 3 includes a convenient charging dock that doubles as storage for its 2.4 gigahertz dongle, which is pretty standard if you guys have ever seen 8BitDo's basically console configuration for the Pro. When the controller dies, it can still be used while connected to a console via USB, and it will charge while you play. So the Pro 3 is available for pre-order starting today. So by the time you listen to this, and officially will be on sale on August 12th. So you can pre-order, then wait about a month or so. There are three color options, each of which matches different retro consoles. The gray would be PlayStation. The G Classic is the Game Boy, the traditional like blue color. And uh, the G Classic is the traditional whitish, like off-white color for the Game Boy, and then the purple is what I meant for the GameCube. So the Pro 3's design is nearly identical to the Pro 2, but it's gained a few extra buttons. It carries forward the Pro 2's back buttons while introducing an additional set of smaller shoulder buttons. Its triggers also use Hall effect sensors for improved accuracy and durability, while newly added switches let you choose a longer trigger for racing games or shorter one for faster reaction times in FPS titles. Compatibility includes support for Windows, Android, both Switch consoles with waking capabilities. That's kind of cool. My controller doesn't do that right now. Also, Steam OS. You can shake the controller to wake the OLED Steam Deck. That's kind of cool. And Apple's hardware with Bluetooth, USB, or wireless 2.4 gigahertz connectivity. Honestly, dude, that's pretty cool. I like that. The
The
only thing that I
balls.
would like more than this, yeah, I saw that too. The only thing I like more than this is if it actually worked with the Xbox natively.
That would be kind of sick. Yeah.
I love how you zoomed in. Shout out to the people watching.
Yeah.
Basically, they have these giant ball top caps on top of the joysticks that are pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And honestly, you can flip through the pictures as well, and you'll see the
Ooh.
inside where they have the USB connectivity
That a
to
trigger stop? It
wirelessly
sure
dongle
is.
and stuff. Yeah. So out of the box,
Oh.
the Pro 3 uses the Xbox button layout, but you can swap the A and B buttons to match Nintendo Switch controllers or rearrange them all to whatever layout you prefer. The Pro 3 works with 8BitDo's Ultimate Software V2. Yeah, honestly, that software is pretty standard and honestly decent. I've seen way worse. It's pretty good. So that you can remap the layout, and the controller can store and switch between three different custom profiles. Although the ergonomics are questionable, Hibitu is also including a pair of arcade-style ball top, which is what we were just looking at, that can be attached to the Pro 3's joysticks. So how are
Yeah.
we feeling, Kyle?
I mean, I think those ball tops. I agree. It's probably more like nostalgic kind of aesthetic than like ergonomic. Like I'm gonna use this joystick. Maybe it's cool. Something different.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The controller itself looks sleek. I mean, I like the different styles you could choose from, like the different say that Game Boy, the PlayStation, the nice blue.
Yeah, it's clean.
Yeah,
The
it
Game
looks.
Boy
I
looks
mean,
pretty cool.
I think the dock too, like all that kind of looks like you just kind of set it down. It looks like it aligns perfectly, you know.
Oh yeah,
Um,
dude. That they know what they're doing when it comes to presentation because if you have that on like your shelf, it looks very clean, very very clean.
yeah.
Honestly, now that I think about it, my buddy built me a 3D printed um like Coliseum stand for my PS5 Edge controller. Look at this guy with the light
Dude, that's
fluctuating.
sick. Wait,
Isn't
what?
that kind of cool?
Dude, that's so
It
sick.
like sits perfectly. It's very
It's
very clean.
amazing.
Um, and it looks like intentional too. I like it a lot.
I'm
But
jealous,
I
dude. I
bring
need
that
something
up
like that.
because it's like that probably wouldn't exist if it wasn't for 8BitDo's like strategy to
Yeah.
make a stand that like dude when you like By the way, you can plug something into those stands and it'll charge the controller. So when you place the controller down, it will charge that way.
Yeah, right.
So there is no
Yeah,
like direct connectivity. It's just like a place and it's locked in. And there's magnets and stuff. It's really clean and it looks really good. I don't know if I'll be the one to like buy the controller. $70 is kind of standard now for any controller with back buttons, to be honest.
yeah, pretty much.
But the fact these guys are able to make a little bit of a throwback makes it clean, makes it enticing, man.
Yeah, true. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean the console I play on the most right now is Xbox, so it's upsetting. Don't have
Yeah,
that native
yeah, it
kind of
is.
wireless, but I mean, I don't know. It's like I think for me on Xbox controllers at least. I mean, I haven't tried many. I mean, it's funny enough. I just like most of the games I play are like single player and stuff, so I just use the default Xbox controller. Because actually,
Yeah, you don't need
I
anything else.
prefer the joysticks on a default controller compared to like an Elite. I'm not a fan of the Elite ones. Like I used to I bought an Elite controller at one point. There's just something about those sticks I just don't feel as good about, especially when I play. I don't know what it is. But I like the stiffness that I think that the like the default controller provides. So I just been using that. Um,
I
so
don't. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I mean, I was basically playing Split Fiction, and I was using the Xbox Series X controller, and the person that was playing with me was using the Xbox One controller. And honestly, there were moments where I was like, I kind of want to just use the Xbox One controller, just
yeah,
like go full on nostalgia. But it's really cool how you have that option with Xbox to use all the past generations. Um, I'm pretty sure, like, I want to double check myself that the Pro 3 or the 8-bit do Ultimate controller if it works with the Xbox or not, because I think Xbox owns the rights to wireless controls. I think you have to get partnered in order to use it.
it's like a certain pattern. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a patent.
But
See.
Microsoft, what are we doing, man? Like, you're Game Pass, dude. What are we doing?
There are wired ones, yeah. So I don't think there's. It can sync wirelessly to the Nintendo Switch via the dongles, but it can't connect to the Xbox, I guess.
Yeah. It was the same thing with Xbox too, their controllers. On their specific controllers, like if you bought a third party controller back in the day and you wanted to use a headset
Yeah,
through the controller, it always sounded worse on a third party. And
sounded.
it was just so bad. And then like I remember
I-
I like talked to one of the guys at GameStop and he mentioned that to me. He's like, oh yeah, it's because Xbox has like proprietary tech that they don't give the third party
Yeah,
stuff. And it's just like, what? It's like I love the
yeah,
controller, it's so cool, but it sounds like crap, dude. I can't use it.
100%.
It's crazy.
It's just
It
trash,
used
man.
to upset me, man. But dude, swappable buttons on this thing. What are we talking about, dude? That's so sick. And I don't know, the different colors and stuff. Yeah, I think it looks sick. If I were to get one of these, I don't know, man. I low key be digging that PlayStation one. I ain't gonna lie. Like the
Oh yeah,
color, like
it
buttons,
does
but the
look clean,
gray,
doesn't it?
like that.
I like the gray probably the most. I don't think, other than like the actual PlayStation controller that I still own, I don't think I have. Yeah, I really don't think I have any other gray controller. So add it to my collection
Yeah.
because I have way too many. I showed a video of all the controllers. I had my buddy. I remember this. We were trying to do like a little LAN party, getting together and playing a couple of games. Dude, I wish I could remember what game it was because it was so much fun. Really fast paced game. Reminded me of Hades, but it was a four person game on Game Pass. Anyways, he messages me and he goes, "No, it wasn't on Game Pass. It was on PlayStation." But he messages me and he goes, "Hey, long shot. I know you play mostly Xbox games and you're a Halo kid. Like, do you have any PlayStation controllers?" And you probably don't even own a PlayStation. I was like, "Do I have any controllers?" I sent him a video and I just basically went through the whole house. And he was like, "Why do you have that many controllers?" I'm like, "I have an issue. These are my bridges. That's what
Man,
my
it's so
bridges
funny.
and my trains."
So funny. Yeah, I was confused about the TMR because there's a link
Yeah,
to TMR
tell us about
technology
that.
and they talk about it. There's a whole article back in April about it. It's a long one too. I guess they're detailing the the tech, but I don't know. I may have to read this
Interesting.
offline at some point just to see
What
about it.
does TMR stand for?
That's a great question. It says quantum mechanics might have the solution to joystick drift is what they title it, but TMR
Calm down.
sensors are what they're called. Oh, the solution is tunneling magnetro resistance. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Ah, dude, that is the most engineered crap I've ever seen. Just
Magnetro,
coming up with something, they're just like, I got,
magneto
and then
resistance
some marketing genius is like, we deal.
technology that revolutionized. It revolutionized hard drive 2 decades ago, Mike. Using quantum mechanics and magnets, dude. Crazy. Quantum's next, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Get with it. AI's gonna be running on a quantum chip.
It's probably
a teleport, dude. Everything.
That's why we're getting cooked.
Dude.
Man.
New controller. He's pretty sick. Swappable buttons. I like it. Dock it. It charges while you dock.
That is pretty cool.
That's standard. That should be standard.
I wonder what else they're gonna end up doing. I mean, would you pay basically $20 more just for swappable buttons? I don't know. It looks clean. It's retro style, a little bit of a throwback, but I don't know, man. I think it's cool. I like the throwback more than anything, to be honest.
Yeah, colors, nostalgia. Dude, no, that's pretty sick. I don't know if I'll end up getting it. Probably not.
I don't think I will, only because it's like I already have.
I already have my trains.
Yeah, I will say this though. It's I have 2 wireless controllers and 2 wired for the Switch. And if we're playing Mario Party, the friends are coming over.
Yeah,
I might need to get the wireless. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That is something that's not a need, only a want right now. Maybe we'll cross that bridge later.
Love you.
Yes, sir. Cool story though. Do we have anything else going on for the rest of the show? Is that it?
I don't got anything else.
That's right. All right. Well, sick. Yeah, we're back to normal scheduling program. We did last week's episode. Now we got this one, and I don't think we're going to be really missing a week unless I have to go out of town, which I unfortunately do in August. We're going to just sort that out. But for now, I'm so excited for this week because I should be done with work. Gonna get back into grinding. I'm honestly after we get done recording, Kyle, I'm gonna jump on work right now so that I can later game. So,
this guy, he knows what's up.
Yes, sir. Anyways, do you have anything to add before I close out the pod for us this episode?
Nah, dude. I think giving all I can give this week, dude. Got too much. Play some Mass Effect.
Yeah, go play some Mass Effect, man. Let's let the people go. We like to let everybody know before you do leave is we have links in the description below along with timestamps. So go show love and support for all the people that wrote the articles. They're pretty good this week. And outside that, we got like links in the description for if you want to get in contact with us, social media links, other platforms if you want to take us on the go for audio versions, all down there as well. And I think that's really it. That's all we really got going on. So without further ado, we will let you go. This has been the M2 Podcast. I'm Michael Anstey. That's Kyle Heath, and we will see you in the next one. So, peace out. Keep gaming.
Bye.